I am Nidhi, and today we will talk about Pyth Pro, bringing you the fastest and most accurate price feeds. So let's get started. Okay, so first let's understand where we stand today. Currently, the market data is broken, and as all of us know, market data is the backbone of any financial app that we have. So, what is happening right now is the market data is going through an inflation. What I mean by that is the revenue is increasing year by year. So in 2024, last year, the revenue increased by 7% roughly. And if you see the chart across 25 years compared to other assets in the market like gold and oil, the market data is increasing at a pace of 1800% across the 25 years time frame if I talk about that. So it's like a $50 billion economy that we are targeting, and the institutions that pay for this market data get the data which is not of very high quality, it's incomplete and it's broken. So this is the problem statement, and let's talk about how does the future look like. So if you see, the market data currently comes from exchanges, and exchanges only have access to data on their own order books. They don't have the complete picture. That's number one thing. And it's like a $50 billion industry, which is very expensive. And the third important thing is in this whole supply chain, the money is being made by the middlemen. It's the aggregators and the distributors who make the most money out of this $50 billion that we are talking about, which is not how it should be ideally. And Pyth is going to change it. How we are going to change through Pyth is now the money will flow to the publishers as well. So the publishers will be rewarded for supplying their data, and it will be like a global market layer. So Pyth is a global pricing layer where you have access to all this data, and Pro is something that will give you the data access at a very fast pace and very accurately. So let's shape the future of finance together with Pyth. Okay, so now we have seen the problem and the current situation that we are in. Let's understand what is Pyth Pro. So Pyth Pro is changing the entire supply chain of data by getting the data directly from the source. So what I mean by that is we have all these exchanges, trading firms, institutions that supply their data themselves to Pyth. So there is no middleman, there is no third party data that we have, and the data is coming from 125 plus publishers. And the fun fact about Pyth is it's not just limited to crypto. We have foreign exchanges, futures, equities, bonds, and all of it is getting aggregated through the pricing layer that we have, the one that you see in between, it's through Pyth. So we are going to streamline the whole supply chain. Earlier, the supply chain was not looking like this because we had distributors in between and they used to take all the money away, and that will change from now on. And now let's come to the most fun part. Let's understand the technicalities behind it. So this is how the architecture of Pyth Pro looks at a very high level. Just to give some numbers, so currently with Pyth Pro, we are able to handle 300,000 price updates per second. And it is happening as of now, the time I'm speaking to you. So this is how it looks like. There are majorly two types of transactions. The first type of transaction that we have in the network is price update. And this is something that will come directly from the publishers. The second type of transaction is the governance action. And by governance action, what I mean is it comes through the DAO. So there could be a case where we want to get any of the publishers added, removed, or modified. Then the transaction will be a governance action. So let's understand this a little better. So as you can see, we have all these publishers and they publish their signed prices to us. And what we do is we have a sequencer. And as the name suggests, the sequencer will sequence these price updates. It will create a stream of the updated prices, and it will be like a single source of truth. And how that stream will be ordered is on the basis of incremental timestamps, right? So let's say there is data coming for, let's say, BTC USD pair, and the sequencer will create like a stream. It will be ordered, and this stream is something that is being passed to the aggregators that we have. So we run a bunch of aggregators so that the network is secure, and all these aggregators, what they will do is they will consume the stream, they will verify if the publishers have signed it, right? And then they will check if the prices have been forged. If any of the price have been forged, they will skip it. Okay. And then they will aggregate the prices at each timestamp and sign it themselves. So each of the aggregator is going to sign it after getting the data, and the end result would be aggregated price, which is something you as user can consume. And if you see here, we have currently a bunch of aggregators that are running, and we also have a snapshot service. So what's going to happen is, let's say one of the aggregator goes down, right? So they can get the data point from snapshot and they can run from there. So that's how the architecture looks like. And the other type of transaction that I talked about is coming from Solana. It could be like a governance instruction for adding, removing a publisher. So yeah, this is at a very high level. And so that's about the presentation. And if you are building an application that requires a high frequency data, like the fastest price feeds coming directly from the sources, and it has to be most accurate, if that is your use case, then Pyth Pro is for you.